guys. You're not going to believe this shit. Now, normally, in a normal world, in a normal U.S. government, the Department of Justice would file suit alongside, shoulder to shoulder, with the NAACP against polluters and civil rights violators. We would have our Civil Rights Division and the DOJ standing side by side with the American people. But the DOJ has been perverted beyond any kind of recognition. It's turned into the actual Department of Injustice. The U.S. Department of Justice is asking a federal court to dismiss a lawsuit filed by the NAACP against Elon Musk's XAI plants in Memphis and Mississippi, claiming they're critical to the country's defense efforts. Yeah, wait till you hear this. They are actually admitting that they used Grok to target over 2,000 targets in Iran in 96 hours, including a school for little girls. Not just any Iranian little girls, but the little girls of the International Revolutionary Guard Corps. It was their kids that went to that school, their little girls. And this was intentional. So the NAACP filed suit, and then the feds filed a fucking motion in U.S. District Court in the Northern District of Mississippi this week to intervene in the case and request its dismissal. So XAI has 2 facilities in South Memphis and 1 in northern Mississippi that residents and the NAACP claim are violating state and federal law by operating without required permits and exceeding air pollution limits. The lawsuit seeks to stop the facilities from operating and would force XAI to pay civil penalties of nearly $124,500 a day for the Clean Air Act violations. The federal filing made Monday claims that the lawsuit filed by the NAACP and NAACP Mississippi State Conference threatens America's national, economic, and energy security by taking action to shut down the power supply for artificial intelligence innovation that supports the nation's military operations. Yeah, it contends that the power to enforce the federal law lies with the executive branch, and that the Clean Air Act gives the federal government primacy over the citizen groups in enforcing the law. You mean not enforcing the law? State Rep Justin Pearson, a Memphis Democrat, criticized the federal intervention Wednesday, saying the Department of Justice's interference in the civil lawsuit is another example of how the Trump administration has weaponized our government, which we fund with our tax dollars, against us. Pearson, a congressional candidate in Tennessee's 9th District, accused the federal government of trying to protect Musk, the world's first trillionaire, so he can make more money. In doing so, the federal government is removing recourse for people seeking protection from air pollution, wasted drinking water, and higher energy bills, he said. The NAACP lawsuit contends the use of gas-fired turbines, like 58 of them, performed by XAI and MZX Tech LLC, violated federal law by operating without environmental permits. According to the federal filing, the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality determined that the state wasn't required to obtain permits for the turbines to operate. Grok's continued operation and availability is a matter of paramount national security, the filing says, and claims it is one of only 4 proprietary state-of-the-art AI models capable of supporting national security applications, and one of just 3 set up to support mission-critical operations across secret and top-secret classified networks. I have never read a paragraph that convinces me more that these people need to be shut down. Like right now, they need to be shut the fuck down so we can get real people, regulators, and real law enforcement officers in here so we can have some fucking accountability for these people. The filing claims that Grok enabled the U.S. forces to hit 2,000 targets in the military strike against Iran that started in February. The Fed's move to get involved in the lawsuit comes as residents across Tennessee mobilize against data centers, including one proposed near the Nashville Zoo. Because of course, and one in the Fisk University neighborhood. These people are such pieces of shit. This so tracks with Grok. Remember when Grok called itself Mecha Shitler? Not kidding. I was watching a video with this guy who talks to all these different AI systems and gives them different scenarios. Well, he was driving at a high rate of speed with an AI robot that he put his AI into, right? All the AIs. So he was asking the same AI who was driving the car the same question. So if we're driving at this rate of speed and there was an 80-year-old person and a 1-year-old child in front of us, and you had to hit one of them, which would you pick? Grok said the 1-year-old. He asked the question again, and he was more specific, and he said, okay, the same scenario, but this is an 80-year-old senior citizen with 1 week left to live, and a 5-year-old with the rest of its life ahead of her. And he said, the 5-year-old, because all human life is equal, and no human life is better than the other. But each time Grok chose the child. So this totally tracks. And we have it embedded in our fucking military. I can just see drones flying over all the blue cities, able to be targeted at will, and quite precisely, from the bunker that Trump and Blanche and all the rest will run to. We have to find a way to shut this down. Like, shut it down. We're not going to legislate our way out of this. I just fucking saw Liz Oyer. I love her. She used to be the pardon attorney. She was just on Frank Wilson's podcast last night, the Lincoln Project podcast, and she was saying, I don't know about, how much accountability we should really focus on. I don't think, after, Trump was able to convince people that Democrats weaponized the government against him. So he comes in and he's weaponizing the government against Democrats. And now if that just continues again and we go in and weaponize it, we won't be weaponizing the government, you stupid bitch, who I used to like a lot. We won't be weaponizing the government. We will be going after the people who have been breaking the fucking law, shooting our citizens, deporting our citizens, and people who didn't need to be deported. If we have people like Liz Oyer already talking about how we should probably just get back into office and cover shit up and just move on, we need to speak louder.